Two carloads full of people pulled up on Zach and killed him because he was investigating the Kenneka Jenkins case. There was like 8 people on the streets. Somebody, they pulled up in a car and shot him and killed him. And somebody from an apartment was videotaping it from upstairs, and they showed everybody what happened. And Zach ended up dead.
Do you think it was government agents where they hired like normal street level thugs? Like,
well, I don't know.
okay.
I don't know. I don't think it was government agents that killed him. I think it was people on the streets that, like the Freemasons or the cops, set up for him to be killed. I think it was the Freemasons because the police department won't investigate Kenneka Jenkins any further. The hotel was very against talking about it publicly or allowing anybody come there to ask questions or anything like that. From the beginning when she was missing, they didn't want to look into it. So it looked like the Freemasons, they had the people at the hotel doing what they were doing. Then they had the people at the police department doing what they were doing. And then they just set Zach up and got him killed because he was going too far into it. But why the Freemasons were involved with Kenneka Jenkins, I don't know. Why the hell, what's so special about her case? But, at the same time, though, man, that's the same question we're asking about gang stalking. Why are they doing what they're doing to all these other people?
Yeah.
So, they were kind of gang stalking him at first because he was getting pulled over by the cops, and he said other cars were following him around. So to me, it looks like they started monitoring him and following him, and then they decided like it's just easier just to kill him. Let's just get it over with and kill him and get him out the way.
Yeah, that's what you're saying.
And so, why did they have to, why, 2 carloads full of people with like 4 people in each car. You know what I'm saying? That, because he's investigating a murder on YouTube, that's fucking crazy.
Damn, it's crazy how deep it gets.
Yeah.
Jesus. So then, like, in my situation, right? Do you really even think it's about weed anymore, or do you think it's like something else?
I think it sounds like the people that are behind gang stalking, they want to do this to numerous people to see the kinds of reactions they're going to get. I think it's some kind of experiment.
Okay.
I think they're experimenting on you. Like they're doing it to you and countless other people to see what's going to happen.
Yeah, that makes sense. And they just like find excuses and shit like that. It's just wild.
Right. Yeah.
Because it's just like I don't know. It's just so many patterns that the public people don't notice. It's like it all adds up if you like connect the dots. But it's just like they don't want to connect the dots. They just turn the blind eye. as long as it's not that.
Right. Yeah, it it just sounds like the country's in a lot of trouble. That, you know, it just sounds like the American people in the country uh, are paying a really big price for not keeping tabs on what the government's up to.
Mm-hmm. That's true, because we're supposed to keep the government in check.
Right,
The
right,
government is supposed to serve us, not the other way around.
right. And,
It is the other way around.
they've been doing this kind of stuff for over 50 years. And they kept, every decade, they kept getting away with new stuff. Sometimes, exposure would come out and people would get in trouble and stuff like that. But overall, they've gotten into very little trouble compared to the magnitude of the things they've done over time.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
So I don't know what it's going to take for I don't know what it's going to take for people to like wake up and realize that, hey, there's something happening, there's a problem. All these people are saying the same thing and something's happening, better look into it. Like, I don't know how they're allowed to keep doing what they're doing for so long.
Right? It just baffles me.
Right.
Like, I mean, it has to be like, there's a connection, right? Because people always shoot down the idea, like, oh, countries are always at war with each other. There's no way countries would agree on certain things. But if you could move to a different country, and I heard stories people going to different countries and they're still getting gang stalked, there has to be a deeper connection going on. It's not just just one government doing it. Because if it was just one government doing it, I could move somewhere else and I'd be fine. But that's not the case.
Right. Well, there was a movie made back in like the 1930s called Occult Forces. It was all about the It was a movie about the Freemasons controlling all these governments and creating wars. Like they were controlling both sides of the government.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Right.
That's probably what's happening.
Yeah, that is what's happening.
It just makes no sense.
Yeah, it doesn't really.